What's going on, everybody? My name is Bob from Aesthetic Imprints, and I run a custom apparel screen printing and embroidery business based out of my parents' basement. And today in this video, I'm taking you along with me in the day in the life of a screen print shop and embroidery shop. So let's go do some orders. Whew! Alright, I hope that embroidery machine is not too loud and you guys can hear me, but actually it's done, so this is perfect timing. Now, we got a bunch of orders to do. As you can see, we got t-shirts, heavyweight hoodies, that's what we're embroidering right now, and then the regular tan hoodies. But now that we got to refill that embroidery machine, let me just show you that. Now that these hoodies are done, we're gonna pop these out. As you can see, we're doing a full embroidery on these premium heavyweight hoodies, and it's a black on black stitch. As you can see, that's turning out fire. And me, I just love black, and anything black on black just makes it even more better. As you can see, this looks fire. So let's go load this up so it can start running again, so we can screen print the other hoodies. Now this part is pretty straightforward. I'm just gonna load new hoodies up, add my backing, well, not backing, stabilizer, or whatever you want to call it. Lock that into place, grab a new hoodie, put it on, and I just make sure it is centered with the center line, and just double check, triple check everything is good. Then I grab this. Now the best thing about Mighty Hoops is it is magnetic, so it just clicks on there. Now these hoodies are heavy, so it's a little ugga-dugga to take it out, but then we just load this up onto the press. Not the press, the embroidery machine. And then all I do is just basically lock them into place on here. It's the same design, so all I do is hit start and it's gonna do its thing. You know, I hate how once I turn the camera on is when something goes wrong. Like, I stayed here knowing, alright, it's probably some silly mistake. When the thread breaks here, this is perfect for y'all. Alright, this one should just be a silly small mistake. The thread just popped out, so I'm just gonna cut it, get a fresh piece on there, take that out, make sure it's all good up here, feed it back in. All I did was probably just have a thread break, grab it again, take it back here, come on, feed it into the needle, grab it, feed it in, pull it out, now here's a cool little feature. This is blinking red, this is blinking green. That means this one stitched, but this one didn't. So how do we line that back up? All I do is hit stop, and it's gonna retrace back to the start position. Now that's where we found our error, so I'm gonna just retrace it back to start. Since this one is red and this one's green, this one won't stitch, but this one will start stitching. You'll see this one stitches, but this one doesn't, because this one stitched already up until one point. So this one's just gonna try to catch up since it's on red. Watch. So this one's gonna start stitching, this one's not stitching, and it catches up exactly where it left off. Alright, I feel like maybe it's a little more quiet here and you guys can hear me, but I actually already have the screens right here. This is a restock. I did these hoodies last week for the client. I didn't make a YouTube video, but I did them last week for the client, and they went so well that they needed a restock. So we're just gonna go ahead and start printing a restock, and I saved the screens, so let's go do that. Alright, so here I basically use water-based palette adhesive, and the way to reactivate that tack on the pallets, spraying water on there and just brushing the lint off and just running it through the flash dryer. And then what I did was just go ahead and get the screens aligned and adding ink on them and getting them ready to print. And my conveyor dryer was still warming up, so now I'm just double backing over to the embroidery machine and making sure everything is going smoothly. And so now I'm just going to go ahead and get a sample test print going just to see how it looks. As you can see, I'm going to do a test print on a white t-shirt. And first I got to check if I'm recording, because you know sometimes that happens. So we're going to flood it, print it, and it's just going to come out beautiful. And now I accidentally put a fingerprint on a shirt. Good thing you do testing. And let's run it through the conveyor dryer and then see if it's curing properly. And we had another thread break happen on the embroidery machine, so I came and tried to fix it, cleared up the little jammed thread that happened on the hoodie, and just prayed to God that I could get this fixed and not ruin one of these hoodies, because you know these are pretty expensive blanks, so making up for that would not be the best. But here I'm just rethreading it, running it through, retracing it back, and we got it to run smoothly. And since we got that running smoothly, let's go ahead and start getting production started on these hoodies and get things rolling. But we ran into the embroidery machine, which was good news, is the job was complete, so we're just loading another hoodie set on there and getting that rolling. And now that we got that running, let's go ahead and get back to screen printing these hoodies while still embroidering those hoodies as well, keeping an eye on it and just making sure both things are going smoothly. So we're trying to feed both screen print and embroidery at the same time, and I am a one-man show, so it's just me doing all of this. And we got the backs of the hoodies all done, so I'm just stacking them all up, getting it ready to print the front design, because it is a front and a back design. So now I'm just going to go ahead and start screen printing the front design, just make sure everything is going good, do my testing, and get production rolling. And of course we still got that embroidery machine running while I'm doing some screen print. So I mean, I gotta say that embroidery machine is doing a killer job, since it is a full embroidery design, meaning it's upwards of like 20,000 stitches. It does take some time to embroider, so while that thing is embroidering, I'm just basically screen printing it, monitoring it, keeping an eye on it, and just doing my thing and letting it do its thing. So I think we got a good combo going here, and I think it's doing pretty well. And speaking of embroidery, let's check out how it's doing. As you can see, just put a new batch of hoodies in and it's doing pretty well. And the best feeling about screen printing is when you finish that stack of hoodies that you have to do, or whatever order you're working on, and it's coming out the conveyor dryer. But we're not done yet. We still have to go ahead and stack these up. Now I try to do this every time right away, especially when it comes out the conveyor dryer, because you don't want it sitting in that little box all wrinkled up, because it's gonna get wrinkly and the print is gonna get wrinkly. So I try to get this stuff stacked up and laid flat as soon as I can, so that it's clean, crisp, and not wrinkly. You know, I'm hungry. Let's go get some food. And this thing's gonna work for us while we go get food. Let's go. And now I came back from eating food, and I was just checking out the embroidery, loading a new set of hoodies on there, and just checking it out, making sure everything is going smoothly, checking the tension, and just replacing the bobbin as it needs it. And FYI, I did get that brick wall up. Let me know what you guys think of that. So while the embroidery machine runs, we're gonna go ahead and start checking in another order. The day is not over yet, so we got this another run of 100 t-shirts that we have to do. So I'm just checking that in, counting it all in, making sure everything is here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start getting it ready to be printed. finally got everything ready. As you can see, I have my worksheet there that just shows me all the sizes, and that order is complete. And here's a run of hoodies that we are doing with the design on the mock-up and work order. And let's do some time traveling. Let's go to the embroidery machine. Whew, here we are. Just checking up on the embroidery machine, making sure everything's going good here, because you always got to keep an eye on it. You can't just leave. So I always tend to keep an eye on it just to make sure it's all going good. And looks like it's doing beautiful. That black on black is looking so nice. And after doing a bunch of stuff, I was just pretty tired, and it was getting late. It was pretty much midnight, and I didn't start recording this video until about 7 p.m. So we did a lot, and it's just late now, so I'm just packing things up, and I'm gonna see you all in the morning. Good night. And just like that, I'm back. It's the next morning. I'm gonna go ahead and load 2 new hoodies on there and let it run, and then I'm gonna go have breakfast while this thing runs, just to be a little more efficient. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and get those screens prepped and taped up for the job that we have to do, which was the 100 t-shirts that we got checked in yesterday. So I'm just messing with the screens, getting everything tied up. And now it's time to do a test print like always. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do a test print on a test shirt, do some testing, push that ink, check it out, and then we're going to send it under the flash so that I can quickly flash the print and bring it back. In here I noticed that it wasn't dried because it was plastisol ink getting on my hand, and you don't want that, so I sent it back under the flash dryer, and now we're good to go. So now it's perfect to add that second coat of plastisol ink, and we're just going to print that. That looks good. Now, boom. We're just gonna send that under the, not under, but in the conveyor jar to get cured. In other words, curing that ink so that it doesn't crack, which leads me to the next step, which is doing a stretch test. Now, this is my favorite method of stretching and testing the garment to see if it's cured properly. You don't want it to crack when you pull on the print, and as you can see, that looks good. So let's begin full production and get these shirts rolling out. And however, here we had another issue with the thread. It kind of just jammed up and just thread broke again and just didn't stitch right. So I'm here just trying to clean it up, cut it out, get rid of the bad stitches, and try to get it re-stitched the proper way. I don't know what was going on. It was this needle just kept doing it for a little bit, just kept giving me this issue. So I cleaned it up, re-threaded it, and it got rolling again. So I got back to doing my screen printing on the t-shirts, just hoping everything goes smoothly on the embroidery machine now. So now we're just pumping some shirts and hoodies out. So I'm here screen printing, but then, this machine, there's gonna be stuff that goes wrong. As you can see, I got like a little, that. So I'm gonna try to fix that and get this issue resolved. And just like that, after having this issue a couple times, I went ahead and got it fixed once again. And now that we're good on that, the front of these t-shirts are all done, so I'm going ahead and just organizing it all by size. The reason I'm organizing it by size is because I'm printing neck tags for this design, so I want to make sure all the shirts are organized by size so I don't print the wrong size in the wrong size shirt, if you get what I mean. And now that we got that rolling, I'm going to go ahead and start printing out these neck tags and getting them rolling. And now here you see me just switching out the hoodies, getting it replaced with new sets of hoodies, and just honestly just being everywhere, trying to control everything, trying to do everything and manage everything going on down here. So I'm just all over the place, but still trying to finish those neck tags on that side while running these hoodies, and everything is going smoothly. But there's obviously obstacles that are coming my way with the thread issues and all, but we're bouncing right off them and getting it fixed. Now here I finished printing all the tags, so I'm going ahead and organizing it all by size, color, just so it's easier for the client and getting that packed up, making sure everything is here, looking at the workflow and just seeing that everything is there and just counting it all in. Boom, these things are looking beautiful. The colorways are looking beautiful. We're done with that. Let's go to the embroidery room. And here we are. Everything's going smoothly here, which is good news. Just double checking. And now we got another job of shirts to do, so I'm going to go ahead and open that box up and get those shirts checked in, because we do need to get these printed. This is going to be a one color screen print on the front, and a one color screen print on the left sleeve, and a one color screen print on the right sleeve. These are for some competition t-shirts, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. But first, got to switch out those hoodies. And now we're going to get back to screen printing those shirts and getting those knocked out. As you can see, that embroidery stack for the heavyweight hoodies is looking pretty beefy. And I currently only have one sleeve palette. That's why I'm doing it with just one palette. So it's a little bit of a tedious job, but we're getting it done. Alright, so I'm over here screen printing, and I come to this machine and I realize this didn't thread out. For some reason, it looks like, I don't even know what happened, honestly. I don't know why that didn't thread out. So that just, and I can't retrace it on here because the job is done. So I'm kind of stuck with this now. So this is just a wasted hoodie. And yeah, fun. It might be from when that C didn't catch. Remember when I had to fix that? I might have just not seen this, and then yeah, damn. I have an idea, and I'm gonna run this whole thing again, try to go over this, and then just cut it once it finishes that. I have an idea, and I'm gonna run this whole thing again, try to go over this, and then just cut it once it finishes that. And there we go, we fixed it. Remember how it did not finish embroidering right here? Well, all I did was a quick fix, was just rerun the entire job and just do a double embroidery basically, which makes it a little thicker, but honestly it just made it even nicer of an embroidery, so we don't have to trash this hoodie. Now let's get back to doing the other. I don't know why this camera's acting up. Whoa. And then let's get back to doing the other sleeve. And back to it we go. These hoodies are in production still, and now we got the long long sleeve. Whoa, it's been a long day. Short sleeve t-shirts cooking, and we finally got them done. So now I'm here just right away, as I said, once it's done, just right away stacking it up so it doesn't get wrinkled up. So I'm just stacking it all by size. I always stack everything placed with me by size because I don't want to just throw it in a box and then let the customer figure it out about the size. So I organize it all by size and then put it in a box from smallest to biggest. And bam, the best feeling yet is finishing that job up and just looking at how beautiful it looks and just knowing that it's done. It's been a long day. I mean, this is a huge stack of hoodies. The good news is we done screen printed. At least I think we're done for now. We did a lot of t-shirts today. We're done with the embroideries. Those were the last two hoodies that we had to do, and they are done. It's about 7:30. It's been a long day from morning, but the day isn't over because we still have to fold and pack individually all those shirts that we printed earlier today. Now, in other words, we have to fold and pack these shirts. Now, this black shirts that we just printed with the sleeve prints, the client just picked that up, so that was right on time. And the good thing is, I now have a little bit of space, but I'm running out of space. As you can see, this table is full. This is filled. So, like, folding t-shirts, like, you need some space for that, especially when it's going to be polybagged. And I don't have much space here. I'm just gonna have to work with what I got. So we got this stack of 50 shirts and this stack of 50 shirts to fold and bag all by tonight because the client is picking it up tomorrow morning. And I'm pretty gassed, but we're gonna make it work. And the fun begins. Look at this, I just look like a robot, like it's going so fast. If only you guys actually knew how long this took, but in video form, it doesn't take that long. You know, if I could move like that in real time, game changer. But now we're just individually folding these shirts up and polybagging it and throwing a size sticker on the outside of the bag to get it organized. So when you look at the bag, you know exactly what size is it. It is. I can't talk. And now another beautiful feeling is seeing these beautiful bags bagged up and looking so nice, with especially with the colors, the neck tag, everything. These poly bags are quality poly bags. Link in the description. Let's go to the embroidery machine. Check this beast out. Looking good. Hoodies are looking good. Let's check out this black on black embroidery. Once again, I'm in love. Check this out, man. This black just looks so fire in person, but the camera really doesn't do it justice. In certain spots, you can see that the lighting just affects it, makes it look shinier, like right there and right there. But in person, this is fully black, but the way the light messes with it just gives it such a tough look. It's hard to even show you. Oof. And that's a wrap for this video. I hope you all enjoyed this video of me just taking you guys along with me in the day in the life fulfilling custom apparel orders. And if you haven't already, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Follow me on Instagram at Aesthetic Imprints or Bob Productions. And I'll see you all in the next one. Subscribe.